Thank you. My research has been in the area of pediatrics and transition to adulthood in autism. So I've been focused on the path to adulthood. But at times, I found myself troubled as I've observed children navigate the path into adulthood and seem incrementally services at times decrease on into adulthood.
Sorry, it's a little hard to hear you.
Okay. Let me turn up the volume. Thank you for letting me know. As children move through the path, is that better? I'll talk louder. As they navigate the path step by step, what we've seen is sometimes an incremental decrease in services as they move towards adulthood. And I ask myself the question, to what end did we offer services to children earlier in their lives? Are we misguided to not follow with a level of support into adulthood, particularly at points, at particular challenging junctures, like the navigation into employment or post-secondary education? Key junctures. What we do know is that the path to adulthood, for some, not for all, is fraught with rocks and with barriers and with crevices and with twists and turns along the way. Now we might say that's the stuff of life. That's moving into adulthood. But what if that path is too daunting? What if it is rendered impassable along the way, like a lack of meaningful ways to engage in one's community, or for some adults with autism, a lack of safe or inviting places to go? Or high school ends and the structure stops and friends and associates in high school move on, yet I'm still here at home. Or a lack of supports on the job, steps forward and sometimes steps backward along the path. Now they say for individuals in the general population, for emerging adults, I've heard it said that the world is their oyster. They are individuating. They are discovering the rest of their lives. They're on this path to independence. Now we know that sometimes there are steps backwards and forwards along the path for all emerging adults. But the point is, we know the path. We celebrate the path. We revere that path of independence. And herein is the challenge in autism. What if, for some, that path truly is too daunting or rendered impassable? As I've talked to probably hundreds of individuals with autism who are walking that path and their families, what I've come to is a conclusion, really a question, and the question is this: could it be that path to independence is actually one of our own making? We use nomenclature to describe the path. We have signposts that say, this is the way. We hear it in media, in things like, statements like, I'm my own person, or in music, I did it my way. In our research, we calibrate the extent to which we adhere to the path in our transition and maturity scales. We have variables or measures that that indicate things like separating from our family of origin, or leaving the family home, or getting a job or income, elements of self-sufficiency, or things like finding peer relationships, so selecting others outside my family, people of my choice to associate with, or romantic relationships with, which sometimes could be seen as finding that other to forge a new family, different from my given family. All elements of this notion of independence as the marker to adulthood. I recently encountered a billboard in my community, and it depicted a young man with a developmental disability. It also said of the young man that he had not just a job, but a career. And it said he had a girlfriend, so he was self-sufficient, and he had self-selected a special friend in his life. And it said he had a good life. Actually, what it said is he loved his life, and that is good. And as I thought about that, I appreciated that critical reflection on the fact, on the contributions and the accomplishments of so many with developmental disabilities. And it reminded us to aim high and to end the barriers, attitudinal barriers, and tangible barriers that stand in the way for individuals with autism. But as I thought about that billboard, I wonder if once again it conveyed that message that there is a singular path to adulthood. And I wondered, where does that leave someone who may be on a different path? Can I be an adult and be interdependent? As I think about it, aren't we all interdependent in the context of our family and our community, our environment? And as I've talked to individuals with autism and their families, I've come to see that the path to adulthood, by and large, for emerging adults is one with family, with community, and hopefully with a scaffolding of resources as needed, if needed, along the path.
What are your thoughts on the IBI being cut off for 5 years?
I'm wondering if I could come back to that one in the break and we can talk that through. What I wanted to get at is to think about that path and wonder, could there be alternative paths given the possibility of and the breadth of autism? Intermingling paths, shared paths along the way. As I've talked to young adults about their navigation through the path to adulthood, they've assured me the point here is not to end our quest for vocational opportunity and post-secondary access, but rather, I wonder if we could envision a breadth of paths along the way. One person told me the path of a good life on one's own terms. Or how about this belongingness in community and all that entails? As I close, can I leave you with the words of Dr. Catherine Frazee, the former Human Rights Commissioner in Ontario? And Dr. Frazee said it this way: citizenship means having rights, but it also means belonging in schools and in universities, in places of work and places of worship, in politics, art, and commerce, belonging in family, community, and a nation. May it be, as together we forge our paths